project, and I've used Google Firebase for hosting and managing databases of my web JavaScript application. So I've thought you to introduce with it. So Firebase is a kind of Google provided service where you can host your application and manage database and manage everything in free. So you just have to open your browser and search Firebase. This is Firebase main website, firebase.google.com. So you can directly type this domain on your address bar also. So click on this site and you will enter Firebase site, interactive UI, this site. So if you want to read specifications and all about this Firebase service, so you can just scroll down and start reading. I'll just directly go to my console and show you how it actually works. So let's just create one new project here. These are my old projects which I'm working on. So we'll click on add project, give any name to it like demo project. You can give any name. So let's click continue. Then if you want Google Analytics for your project, then you can just on it, but I don't want, so I'm gonna set it off and click on create projects. It will take some time to create this project and initialize it, but okay, it is taking some time, but that's fine. Just wait until it completes and then finally click on continue. Now your project is created. Now you can select any type of application which you want to create and start working on it. On this side we get some options like authentication service, like adding user to our application. Let me just show you this. Click on get started. So like if you want to give any sign in method to your application, like sign in with Google, sign in with Apple ID, sign in with Microsoft ID, Twitter or anything, so you can just select these services and enable it, so that whenever your user will go to your application, he will get option to log in or sign up with all these services. Or you can just add this simple mail and password service, like I've clicked on it and clicked enable. So as I enable it, now I can add users from here. Like let me just add one demo user, and any password like this, and add user. So I've added this user from this panel, but whenever your app will be created, then user will click on sign up option, add password, email and all details which you are asking, which you want user to give. They will fill it and then submit it, so that user will be added here. But now I have directly added it from this panel. So this authentication service, you can add more methods, then templates like reset password, if you want your user to reset their password, so then you can use these services. And this shows you uses, that how much time this authentication service was used or how much users were logged in. So then we'll go to Firestore database. Firestore database is a kind of real-time database. If we use this database, then the data which is fetched from Firestore and displayed in your app can be real-timely changed on application. Like if you add any extra field or change the data from database, then without reloading page, that data will be reflected in one's application or web application. So if you want to start with this, then just create database in production mode or test mode, it is your choice. Click on next. Then you can select the data center from where you want your data to be stored. then click on enable. Wait for some time, it is loading. Okay, done. So our database panel is ready, so you can start adding data here. So in Firestore real-time database, it is like the data is stored in JSON format, a document and collection format. We don't have any tables, like tables, and we can say rows and column type of database like MySQL or Postgres or anything else. So if you want to fill up data or set up fields here, so you have to start a collection with any name like users. Next, then you have to add document or document ID. Like in MySQL database, we set up ID for each row, like that. And you can add fields here like name will be last name and any other data like DOB and anything you want. So as you save it, your data will be reflected here. So you can see this is a user and this is user ID. Basically the user ID is bought from here. You just copy it from here, and then you can like add a new user in like this. This is a traditional way to do it, but you can also generate a auto ID from there. It's all your choice, like XYZ save. So you can see this new data is added, and this data is in JSON format, and these are documents which is stored in user collection. So this is the way how the data is stored in Firestore database. And then we have real-time database. It is also like Firebase, but the Firebase database is the new upgraded version of real-time database. Then you can use extensions. uh, you can use extensions here like delete user data. If you install this in your application, then you can just use this service. And then there are many services, like you can see like validate address with ship engine and many more. So they are all useful, but it depends on your type of application and your need. Then we have storage is like if your user uploads any file or any profile pic or any type of file or image, like a type of service which you are providing through that service. If they upload any type of file, so that you can store it here in storage. You can just create any folder here. Wait, we'll just create one folder first like users, and then you can add a folder with name of user ID and store that particular user's data in it. If you want to upload any file, then you can do it from here directly like this. So if I upload any file, then you can see this image is uploaded here. So this is just a storage facility where we can store users data. And this is now hosting service means if you are creating an web application, so you can host your static files here. If you want to make a dynamic site like with Python or PHP, then you have to sign up for Google Cloud and upload your site and dynamic servers there. And this is functions, which is basically used for application development. Either then feeding all working functions in application, you can host all your backend on this platform, and your application will just make contact with backend server and serve users a service which you are providing. So this is Firebase console, project console, where you can manage your project and all. If you want to create your new application here, so you can just start with these options. Like if you want to create iOS application, click here, Android and web. I'll show you demo with web. So click on web, then you can add any name to your website, or we can say web application, and a free domain will be provided by Firebase, so you don't have to worry about domain also. So like my demo site, you can type some meaningful name while you're working on one main project, and click on this option. If you deselect it, then you will not get hosting service, so you have to enable it separately. But now if they've provided this option, then we'll directly select it. Okay, and then we'll just click on register app. Our app will be registered here. Then then they are showing some options how to install and initialize Firebase to your application. So we'll just click next here. I'll show all these things in possibly in next video. I'll show you how to set up this JavaScript project, but for now I'm just skipping it. Okay, continue with console. So your application, a demo project, is created. Now you can just start making your code in your PC, and as you complete it, then you can upload all those static files from your PC to Firebase hosting. So possibly I'll tell you about how to host these static files in possibly in next video, if I get chance to make one. I was just trying to tell something about Firebase, because many people and many students doesn't know about this. And what happens if anyone have plans for making something, but didn't have knowledge about hosting it, or a lack of money, then like I've faced many problems about regarding this also, about lack of money and all these things. So I found this free service by Google, so I thought to share it with you. So this is Firebase. You can use it in free. There are also many paid plans also. Like now we are using Spark plan, which is totally free, no cost, zero per month. But if you want some more services, or more storage, space, or any type of service they are externally providing, so you can just view through this site, take a look through this site, and see all those services there. So this is all about just setting up a Firebase project. So I hope this will help you with anything if you want to start a new project. So now you don't have to worry about budget or your domain. You will get a free domain. I'll show you how you can access your free domain in next video, whenever I'll get time to make video on how to initialize app to Firebase app to your code, and then host it. At that time I'll show you how we get a free resume, a free domain. So thank you guys, let's meet in new video if possible.